Hello, dinses! Hi, Lead Officer Sean Dinsey, running for City Council, District 12. I'm out and about. I'm sure you and my mom have lots to discuss about that. And Arnold. Out in Canada. Yeah, why would you be talking to people out in Canada? That's a little strange. Okay, but you're a good guy, so I'm not implying or saying anything negative about you because you're a good guy with all the power to be a good guy, and you have the right to be a good guy and migrate us Indians wherever you want to migrate us with your Jeep Cherokees. I wanted to check in today because I know that you need to know every single thing I have done because it is not normal for people to have privacy, hence you and Brian Longbotham with the LAPD and government working on your spy game tactics with Universal Studios, funded by the government with billions to have me killed, with the entertainment industry trying to create ideas of references to intentionally create schizophrenia or make people look like violent paranoid schizos to have them killed starting at 5 years old. And once again, I know that's perfectly normal now, so I'm a bad guy for knowing and finding out. Also, let's see some of my today's crimes. I wiped my ass more than once today, so I committed the crime of doing something more than once ever, like you saying in 1998 I said hey you, and 2004 I said hey, so therefore I committed the hey crime because I said hey more than once in my life. So I know I'm a bad guy for that. So you can send like Yankee Doodle waitresses from pool halls after me to have me killed, to follow me to Encino Starbucks, trying to set me up and frame me with hundreds of thousands of people in that area per week. And that's perfectly normal. It's my fault because I said, hey, you, in 1998. And I know I'm a bad guy now because you're a good guy, because you have the power to be a good guy. And trust me, I'm not even saying anything about the skinhead and that you're Nazi, because I would never say anything like that. Hi, Dinsey. On that note, another crime I committed today, I was walking down the street and my phone rang, and one of the people you've paid off to have me killed with the LAPD and government and NSA and FBI told me that I'm a public nuisance for noise disturbances because my phone rang in public and I answered it. I know that people don't have cell phones and they don't ring, and if a phone rings in public, you're ruining everyone's life worldwide, and 99% of the world suffers from my careless, reckless, out-of-control behavior of having a cell phone and it ringing in public. I would never normally buy a cell phone with a ringer because I just answer the calls before they come in with telepathy like everyone else. So I don't know why I had the ringer on, ruining everyone's lives. And I know that I need to be institutionalized for having a cell phone with a ringer on it that rings. Kind of like the taking someone's picture in public or private property rule. Photographers all throughout history since like the mid-1800s. Wait, isn't that when slavery was? Interesting, Dinsey. Yeah, since the mid-1800s, and photography, people have taken pictures of other people, buildings, rocks, trees, dogs, beaches, sunsets, football games with Damon Riggins, Jeep Cherokees, especially if there are 100 of them in front of your house every day with people yelling, we're going to kill you, because you better not talk about us sending Kelly Hatch after you, with the LAPD and government. So yes, once again, I have committed the taking a picture crime, especially the studio photographies on my green screen. I don't know how the girls got from replying to the ads or sending me ads on Model Mayhem or what's the other one called that I'm on? Model Mayhem, and the 800-pound gorilla was One Model Place or something. I can't remember. So I can't imagine why girls would contact me saying, Kevin, will you do a photo shoot with me, and then end up on my green screen with strobes. So that's kidnapping. I know I've kidnapped them now. Their bodies by themselves, through telepathy, I made them send me messages saying, Kevin, will you do a studio shoot with me? And then their bodies magically dragged all over the ground. Just like the scene in the first Nightmare on Elm Street, their bodies just their body was in a body bag, and it dragged itself from their house while emailing into my house or studio onto green screen with strobes on professional level shoots, even though they weren't even for money, they were just for time for print. And so I kidnapped them to do the studio shoots, so I know I'm involved in those kidnapping crimes of the studio shoots. Just like Lorena Escobar asking me to do a photo shoot with her and then running around saying I took her picture. I know that those are all crimes, and I must have chloroformed Lorena Escobar, who you've paid off since I was 16 to have me killed, with other people like Alita or Fernanda Simi to hunt me down and have me bludgeoned and killed with psychological warfare tactics. I know that it's my fault. I know that I somehow chloroformed Lorena Escobar, and I stood her body up while breathing, while she did little poses and things like that on a green screen in front of strobes. I totally know that now, that I'm a bad guy. Okay, so I'm confessing to more of my crimes so you can incarcerate me for life, so that you and my family, who have told me you just want me to have a normal and good life, can give me that normal and good life in a cage, in a cell, or dead while you're trying to break in my house and put bullets in my head, for what I know. Because that's how you normally give people good lives, is, for example, if you're running around like you probably normally do, bashing people's skulls in with crowbars, we all know that those people suffer from the bleeding to death, and you say, stop bashing my skull in with a crowbar. No, I just want you to have a good life. So, in order to stop you from bleeding to death while you're bashing people's skulls in with crowbars, you need to put a bullet in their head so they stop bleeding to death. Okay, so anyways, dinses, I'm not saying anything negative, I'll dinses. I'm just sort of going and analyzing your personality, and I know that you're a really good guy, like my brother, who bashes people's skulls in with crowbars and tries to put people in mental institutions, who knows about it. You're a really good guy with the blood is thicker than water speech and roll with power speech and all that bullshit, while me saying I want no part of psychotic behaviors like that. I know I'm a bad guy. So anyways, Lead Officer Sean Dincy running for City Council, District 12, who clearly knows all these things and doesn't want me talking about it. Some more of my crimes. Once again, that's not a negative thing. That's a positive thing. That's about you in a positive way. Some more of my crimes. I once had long hair like a rock and roller. And I know, according to you guys, I'm not allowed to listen to music, and that starts at a very young age. You telling me I've committed crime, I have committed crimes because I've listened to Guns N' Roses, and there's the word gun in it. I've listened to Winger. There's a song, She's Only 17. I've committed, you got to stop that kiddie porn and pedophilia before it happens if you listen to Winger. I've listened to AC/DC. Maybe it's about me having power. I've listened to Damn Yankees. Well, Damn Yankees can imply Civil War things, so you should get together with the black community and have me killed, even though everyone loves Ted Nugent and Damn Yankees in the 80s or 90s. Also, I hear that the Beatles are murderers too. So anyways, you need to stop all this, and I'll tell you why. Just like you state on your Facebook and website, that you need to stop crimes before they happen, and people who throw parties are criminals, and you need to stop all the criminals and alert all the entire planet to go after these people who have thrown parties and might possibly throw parties, to put them down before it happens and they destroy everyone's life by being social and going out and having a party. Okay, so that being said, I know that by me listening to rock and roll, it's a gateway action for me to become a devil worshiper with, and you and Eric Christensen should get together, and stop me before I worship the devil, and start slaughtering sheep and things like that with my little cult, while you guys are sitting in your davinci code offices with your little illuminati friends helping you clean up the world. So anyway, Sean Dincy, once again, I'm not saying you're a bad guy. You have the power to be a good guy, and so you're a good guy. You have a pretty uniform with a little shiny badge and your authority, and you can do and say whatever you want, no matter how untrue it is, because you're a good guy. And stop crimes before it exists. And if someone doesn't shave one day, you can blow their fucking brains out because you're a good guy, and you'll stop the crime before it happened, because those people who don't shave one day or ever shave or whatever, they're all horrible, mean monsters. But, I'm sure that has nothing to do with labeling people as mentally ill and trying to kill them, or labeling people as mentally ill and trying to eradicate them, because last I heard, if someone's mentally ill, it's not a crime anyways. So what would a police officer be doing hunting down people labeled mentally ill? But anyways, once again, even though you have that thing on your Facebook account saying we need to remove people from society who are mentally ill and force them into mental institutions, who cares if those guys have enough problems as it is? Just make their life a billion times worse until they die, because you can sit with all your money, with your little padded house and your air conditioning and your heat, and while you have no problems, that gives you a license to go after people who do have problems or supposedly have problems, because you're that guy. You are that guy, Dincy. Okay, so Sean Dincy, once again, I did listen to rock and roll, and I posted rock and roll on my Twitter and Facebook accounts and Instagrams the other night. So I'm sure that's stealing, right? I posted web links from public YouTubes onto social networks of music. So I'm stealing, and I'm a thief. So once again, I'm a thief, and honesty amongst thieves. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that was what Mike Huntley was saying, right? Honesty amongst thieves, when he was trying to get me to, at 16, to steal K40 antennas off cars, little cheapo antennas off cars, which couldn't get me to do, but who would care 30 years later anyways. But Mike Huntley's sticking around for 25 years saying that I'm a criminal and a thief. He's given me enough rope to hang myself while trying to set me up 100,000 times a day across 25 years, which I'm sure is not a little obsessive. Most people befriend people for their entire life, trying to hunt them down and kill them. And that's not obsession, and that's not psychotic, and that's perfectly normal, just like you. And once again, I'm not saying any negative. These are all positive Dincy qualities. Okay, so once again, Sean Dincy, running for City Council, District 12, while hunting down good, decent people, trying to kill and eradicate the inferior race and create a perfect, superior race with a perfect society. And people are dictated who they date, what food they eat, you name it, according to what you feel is right and wrong. I'm not saying anything bad about you, because you have the power to be a good person, so you're a good person. And Sean Dincy, running for City Council, District 12, and I'm sure your arrests weren't to me in 2013 with Jensen for sitting on the sidewalk and telling all attorneys not to help me, and the 2017 fabricated arrest where you paid off Sean Dinsey, and 2 days before I was notified by Brian Ushar at Valley Auto Center that you were hunting me down 2 days before the arrests, showing that there was no crime. You're the criminal, but a good criminal. You're a really good criminal with a police badge associating with every criminal trash up the ladder in the politics. But you're a good guy. So anyways, Sean Dinsey, just wanted to... I'm trying to think of any, before I cut this short, any last minute other confessions and crimes I've committed in the last 24 hours. I did once again exceed the 15-second poop rule. I need to go to Pitchess Wayside for that. Let me check my armpits. My armpits are okay, but if they're not perfect, I think I need to be locked in a maximum security prison at Pitchess Wayside. What else? What else? I'm going 30 and a 45, so I'm the driving too slow crime. I need you to try to break in my house again and put a few bullets in my head for the 15 miles per hour too slow. What else, dinses? I ate 2.5 meals today. I ate breakfast and I ate lunch and I had like an in-betweener, and then I'm probably going to eat dinner. So that's going to be like 3.5 meals. So I understand that you have to eat the perfect amount of food per day, or you have the right to blow people's brains out or lock them away or rid them in the world. And maybe tomorrow you should have your mass neighborhood stalking murder watch groups that are worldwide follow me from place to place, provoking me to stop me from maybe doing this again, maybe, because that's totally out of control, unacceptable behavior. Okay, so, and I know that you and Mike Huntley gave me enough rope to hang myself with on the, I think, breaking the 3-second hug rule, as I mentioned in the last video, which went to 4 seconds, and that's obsession, and something really bad can happen in the future with that kind of personality of mine. And we talked about you paying off with my father, Victoria Walker, to give me the toy gun for my 30th birthday, which my father and you have been trying to lock me away and put me in mental institutions, claiming I'm a violent paranoid schizo. But once again, it's my fault, because I took the toy gun given to me in the Kelly Hatch surprise box for my 30th birthday. I mean, how dare I? I took the toy gun. I mean, and the toy gun that never even left my house, I took it. How dare I? So anyways, I know there's no such thing as people having toy guns. It's unheard of. And anyone that has a toy gun is a public nuisance to society and ruining life for everyone throughout society. So I committed that crime. I took that toy gun. And it's in pictures. It's in a toy gun is in pictures that people can see worldwide. Just like all the people holding real guns like AR-16s and M16s and all that, which nobody could care less about. But that toy gun picture is all over the world. And that you guys paid off Victoria Walker to give me for my 30th birthday. And I'm sure it's about having a toy gun and not the toy gun incriminating Victoria Walker, Dr. Ronald Perlman, Officer Jensen, Officer Dinsey, Officer Toro. If you ever take a picture of a person, I will exercise the law in my own way. I am sure it has nothing to do with that object being an incriminating object to attempted murderers and accessories, people who are accessories to murder, who wear police uniforms, working with my father. It's definitely not about that, because most people are hunted down for having toy guns, and I'm just a bad guy for having a toy gun. So anyways, I just wanted to kind of touch base. Lead Officer Sean Dinsey, working for Tobanga Division LAPD, in their little davinci Code building, and with their Illuminati followers, and I just want to beam through through your antenna. Some of today's thoughts and crimes and horrible things I've done today, that you're definitely justified to hunt me down and kill me with your worldwide murder operations, which you call neighborhood watch groups. And I know that you don't know what's going on, even though you flat out admitted on video that you've seen my website many times, which shows undeniable proof of mass endless terror attacks to hunt me down, torture, and kill me in unheard of methods with the psychology community. And I'm not saying that has anything to do with my mother's psychology degree, my father's psychology degree, or my brother's secondary psychology degree. They all have secondary psychology degrees. I'm saying there's no relevance or connection between psychology degrees, gang stalking, or trying to use psychology to make someone mentally ill. Definitely not. So anyways, Dincy, I'm not implying that you're paid off to hunt down and kill people or things like that, or tell people what they can and can't do, which must be part of the Constitution and judicial system. There must be all sorts of print that says our job as LAPD or police officers are to follow children around and tell them what they can and can't do, which is perfectly legal. So anyways, Dinces, I know this started off with my crime of having a cell phone with a ringer on it and a public noise disturbance by my phone ringing, which is a gateway crime to something much bigger, like killing all Starbucks customers, being the next Vegas shooter, or what's your other one? Oh, the Unabomber. Definitely. So if you have a phone and it rings in public, you're possibly the next Unabomber and need to be hunted and killed. I get that now with your Victoria Walker's comments, working with you and my father and my family and friends, and Mike Huntley especially and Paul Humphrey sent after me to have me killed all the way back at 14, who befriended me for 25 years alone, saying I don't like Kevin and he's a bad person, while befriending me. Perfectly normal personality traits. I don't like you, so I'm going to befriend you for your entire life while trying to lock you away or kill you. Anyways, I know that those perfectly normal people that you associate with are good people because you have the power to be a good person and you have a pretty shiny little badge, so you're a good person. So anyways, I think that's it. Because I've been talking so much, it's clearly a gateway personality trait to becoming the next serial killer, and also by listening to the rock and roll, I'm clearly a devil worshiper. So anyways, Mr. Footloose, I will touch base with you a little later. Wait. Oh, I took a picture of a car in public. I know I just did it again, and you have proof of a crime in progress on video. Anyways, okay, ta-ta for now. Take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye. And bless your perfect little, perfect white supremacist, Jew killing, imperfect person killing, Nazi racist soul. Okay, so anyways, and once again, that's all positive for you. Okay, so Heil Dincy, peace, have a good one, blah, blah, blah.